Behind Dutch headlines, the who, why, and how of politics and media.
Hello, it's me, Greg Shapiro, the American Netherlander, and here's what you need to know to join the Dutch conversation. This week, a final breakthrough with a budget accord in The Hague. Next up, who the hell is Badr Hari? And we'll be joined by Wietse, our Brussels correspondent. Our top story this week, it looks like we finally have a big budget deal out of The Hague. Just this past week, they mentioned that the Netherlands might finally be slipping out of recession. But the biggest threat was the impasse in politics in The Hague. It looks like we might finally have finished and gotten through that phase. There's been a difference of majorities in the lower house and the upper house, but turns out Mark Rutte, the prime minister, has made a deal with some of the smaller parties to get him a majority also in the upper house for his budget deals. Now, who are these guys all of a sudden popping up? We're seeing some faces that you might not know. There's the Christian Union and the SGP, the extremely Christian Union. What are they doing at the table? Well, it seems for expats, the basic news is there's going to be more money for education, there's going to be more money for the child benefit, and even for things like fixing up and renovating your home. This seems kind of too good to be true. It seems almost too good to be true because if you've been following Behind Dutch Headlines for a while, we've been here before. You may remember this slide, the polder model, which is where we all negotiate and drink bad coffee in the same room until we can all agree on something. We've agreed on everything at certain points already, and yet we still end up at an impasse. Is it different this time? Is it really? Maybe. Mark Rutte, my prime minister, as a part Dutch person, let's have a one-on-one chat, shall we? Enough with the nice guy image, okay? We need someone who will step up. We need a change. I'm suggesting some kind of makeover for you, okay? I'm looking at something heroic, something like, think superhero, okay? We need someone to step up here. Pick your outfit. You could be like Batman, like, I'm not taking orders from anyone anymore. Or you could be like Superman, maybe that fits better. He's always smiling. Or maybe Tony Stark. Go with an Iron Man look. It might fit the best. You're kind of the Teflon guy already because everything just keeps bouncing off. And goodness knows the strength isn't coming from inside. It's more like armor that you just kind of have to put on. My suggestion for Mark Rutte, to get this budget deal to actually stick, you need to grow a Tony Stark beard. Just let your beard grow out, let it be Movember or whatever, but that is what we need. On the topic of the Netherlands needs a tough guy, you can look at how the headlines are all in love with one figure in particular, Badr Hari. Who the hell is Badr Hari, and how do you pronounce that name? B-A-D-R. Well, there it is. Badr Hari, the fighter, who is known for winning titles, inspiring movies, The Black and White Wolf, for example, which did very well at the Dutch Film Awards. And now the man is on trial. Why? For allegedly getting into a fight and causing grievous bodily harm during the Sensation White dance event. Now, we don't know yet how the verdict will turn out, but we do know that there is another series of huge dance events coming up this weekend with the Amsterdam dance event. So, if you're partying hard at an ID&T techno rave party and you happen to bump into a guy called Badr Hari, my advice, just pull a Mark Rutte and say, sorry. And next up we have our Brussels correspondent Wietse coming live from Belgium. And Wietse, we know that there's been a lot of talk of the European elections coming up next year. If European elections were held today, what would be the outcome in Belgium?
Elections, Greg. This week it's been all about the World Cup. Brazil, la 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 la. Brussels has been partying all night in black, yellow and red for these guys, the Red Devils.
Oh, now wait a minute, Vitsa. Remember, I'm from America. I don't know much about the World Cup or soccer or football or football. Football is where you touch the ball in America, right? Well, what about the Belgian team? I mean, are they better than the Dutch?
Well, Greg, on the pitch still has to be seen, but I can tell you one thing. These guys, they are cool. They are f***ing cool. Remember 1988, the Dutch winning the European Championship. What do you remember of that? Marco van Basten's goal in the final and Ruud Gullit's hair. Well, they covered that one. Check out Fellaini. What a guy. What a haircut. By the way, Bill de Blasio's son has called. He's been asking for his hair back. Check out the link.
Vitsa, are you saying that this Belgian team has a chance to go all the way to the finals in Rio next year?
Well, all the way, Greg, it has to be seen. The Belgians are a complicated country, and remember the other world record they have, being 541 days without a government. Well, if in the pitch they are as indecisive as that, it ain't gonna work. But if they keep their heads cool, they might be dancing under Copacabana. Gotta go, Fellaini, whoa!
Vitsa van der Gast, enjoy the party, and we'll see you next week in Brussels to talk about some real news. That's it for Behind Dutch Headlines this week. It's been an exciting week, and please, if you want to listen to more in-depth news, check out the Facebook page where we have our Behind Dutch Headlines podcast, and don't forget to like the page and subscribe to the YouTube channel Behind Dutch Headlines. Until next week, I'm Greg Shapiro saying thank you very Dutch.
Behind Dutch Headlines.